Hey, what's your name?
My name is Maya.
And what are you doing out here tonight?
Tonight I am participating in a meeting to organize civil disobedience or actions to take place in Santa Cruz County on the day of decision, the day the Supreme Court decides to uphold or repeal Proposition 8.
Cool. Tell me a little about civil disobedience and what that is.
Well, civil disobedience is a process in which people break laws or kind of civil codes in order to show that other laws or civil codes are unjust. So in this case it would be breaking laws because I would be breaking laws because I believe that upholding Proposition 8 would be unjust.
Okay. Have you ever participated in civil disobedience before?
I've done some pretty tame civil disobedience before. I've participated in a march, the 6-day march from San Francisco to Sacramento. I've participated in a few shorter marches and some mass bike rides in critical masses.
So tell me about this march to Sacramento. How do you see that as being civil disobedience?
I think that marching to Sacramento is civil disobedience. I think it kind of goes along with the grain. It's weird for people to understand why a group would choose to walk 100 miles when they could get in cars. It's breaking up the systematic kind of separation of communities. Because we walk, we can get to know each other more than if we were sitting in cars. You know, we're not limited to sitting with 5 people. We also aren't limited to just driving by locations. We get to participate in them instead of view them. So the communities along the way we got to know, not just pass through or be audience of. And I think that was an important thing, and that goes against the grain. Not to mention we were walking along highways and freeways and often kind of interrupting traffic flow. So
tell me, in regards to civil disobedience, what are the types of rules or the types of laws that you see yourself, being willing to break?
I think that I'd be willing. I'm very interested in doing something that would be seen by a lot of people, and that it would be nonviolent, and that it would not harm other people's property. Those are kind of my guidelines. So outside of that, I'm willing to go everywhere. And one thing that's important to me is making whatever kind of action I'm taking accessible to other people. And also making it fun. That's one important thing. So when we're organizing, we're always joking around about different really fun things, slip and slides, and just other fun ideas. That's one thing. It doesn't have to be a serious or angry or mean thing. Civil disobedience, to me, it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah, right. And tell me a little bit about the community who's been here tonight. Like, who are the folks who are involved in this?
So tonight at the meeting we had a couple college students from UCSC. For part of the time we had someone who is becoming a minister with us, and who is a spoken word artist, who that's basically their occupation. People who live in Santa Cruz. We've had people from San Francisco that are organizing in San Francisco so that we can kind of get some solidarity and help each other out as resources. And we had myself and my girlfriend. We're both high school students in Santa Cruz, and we've lived here all our lives in Santa Cruz County in different parts, Aptos, Soquel, Santa Cruz, and Scotts Valley, kind of all over. And we're looking to broaden the scope. We're hoping to have people from Watsonville, which is a mainly Latino and large agricultural community in Santa Cruz, and we're looking to broaden this scope to more high school students.
Mm-hmm. And what's your hope for the organizing and for doing civil disobedience? What do you hope to get out of that?
Tonight I've kind of, I guess I start with a really a large broad goal and end up bringing it down to kind of the first step. And the first step for me, or my first initial hope, would be to just build community, recognizing that if we're organizing action around the decision day for Proposition 8, it's going to be inherent that part of our struggle or our dialogues will be about marriage equality, but also recognizing that's not the only issues that come to the table when we're talking about civil rights, and they're not inherently the most important ones, and they're all person-specific. They're all tied together, and they all need to be brought to the table and discussed. So whether or not it's in the news that we have labor issues or discrimination in the workplace, or you name it, there's many issues at the table, and I think my goal would be to get dialogues happening between people who are currently organizing for marriage equality and people who are organizing for different things, because I can wear multiple hats. You know, I might organize for marriage equality tonight, but I'm also organizing this meeting in the buildings where I organize social justice and food justice. So we all have multiple hats, and we all have identities that don't need to be mutually exclusive. So my hope would be for us to recognize that and kind of break down the barriers and the divisions we have within what we're passionate about.